This is Archer for the Lord with another chess video for you guys. This one's between two grandmasters, Chao and Xiangzhi. I hope I'm saying their names right. They're Chinese. I'm not real familiar with those names. Both of these players were ranked over 2600 at the time of this game, so this is a grandmaster game. And it's really interesting because it's a modern miniature. It's 20 moves long, and this game was played in June of 2009. So, you think with all the computer analysis and stuff we have today, grandmasters wouldn't really be involved in miniatures, but we see a tactical shot here by black, and it pretty much ends up costing white the game because he grabs material that really wasn't his. So Chao was playing the white pieces, and Xiangzhi was playing the black pieces. And it started off as a Petrov opening with e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6, knight takes e5, d6, knight f3, knight takes e4. Now here the normal moves would be something like d4, just trying to get into the center. Play might continue with d5, bishop d3 along the lines of that. Basically white's going to try to attack this knight, and black's going to try to support it with other pawns and pieces. But in this game we saw knight c3, just immediately attacking the knight and offering exchange, which is going to double white's pawns. The thing that white hopes to get out of this is after knight takes c3, which was played in the game, d takes c3 is played, and now even though white has captured away from the center, he has a very rapid development with both of his bishops. Black's bishop is going to be difficult to get out because it's already being blocked by this pawn, and later this pawn can easily be, or this double pawn can easily be gotten rid of with moves like c4 and c5 if it's allowed. So in this position it's still about equal, and really doubling the pawns isn't so bad for white. The game continued with black playing bishop to e7, bishop e3, knight c6, queen d2. You can now see that white's idea is to castle queenside, bishop e6, castle queenside, queen d7. Black too has decided that it's going to castle queenside and try to use the rook and queen along this open d file to open up the position. h4, h6, preventing either a knight or a bishop from coming to g5. And now knight d4. The point of this move is that white wants to trade off the knights and then bring the bishop to an active square, trying to put pressure along this dark square diagonal. Probably not the best move. Maybe better would be to simply try to develop the white bishop and get all of his pieces out, but this in itself isn't what loses the game. So knight takes d4, bishop takes d4. Black just defends since he wants to castle queenside anyway. It doesn't matter if he moves this rook. So rook to g8, and then c4, trying to suppress after the queenside castle anything like d5. But as we see, black's going to get this move in anyway. c5, bishop c3. It would seem at this stage in the game that the castle position of white looks very secure, and he looks like he has nice pressure along this d file. But we'll notice how the black player, Grandmaster Xiangzhi, really opens the position like with a can opener. We're going to see white here in a moment snatch some material that ultimately cost him the game. Castle queenside, and now white plays queen e3, queen a4. White's attacking this pawn here, but it's actually not the best move for him to capture it. First of all, because it's just going to be helping white to develop. He's also attacking this a pawn here, so we can see white has to play king b1. And now we can see that if this black bishop were to move, the bishop on e7 is also going to be hanging. But curiously still, black plays d5. After c takes d5, bishop takes d5. There's two pieces converging here on a2, although the white king can escape. And there's also a hanging piece here on e7. Now, the best move here is to just play b3, and after black goes back with queen c6, You still can't play queen takes e7 because of rook g8, rook ge8. I'm sorry, and now the white queen is trapped. So instead of queen takes c7, maybe better just be to continue developing with bishop to d3, and the game is slightly in favor of white, although still a lot of play left in the position. But instead, in this position, instead of playing b3, what we see was the materialistic queen takes e7, and now rook g to e8 doesn't work because the queen can capture this pawn, and in fact he's winning even more material. So rook g to e8 doesn't work. The only thing that would work in this position is the attack, and of course black sees this. So queen takes a2 check, king c1. At this point it's already hopeless. Queen a1 check, king d2, and now I'm going to give you a couple moments to see if you can find the tactic. It's actually a forced mate here. So go ahead and pause the video, see if you can find it. I hope you can, because this one's really fun. Okay, and the move here is queen takes d1, just sacrificing the queen for the discovered check. After king takes d1, bishop f3. It doesn't matter if the king, he only has two squares, c1 and e1. Either one he moves to is answered by rook d1 checkmate. So great game, a great miniature between two players, and definitely a good tutorial of how to attack your opponent when they've snatched material. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.